I like to set up very narrow, and I set up pretty square. I know a lot of instruction is with the face open. I like to set up square because I want to make it very easy for my backswing to be on plane. I do not want to take my backswing above the plane hardly ever in a golf shot. So I set up pretty square, pretty narrow. Probably the thing that affects bottoming out consistently as much as anything else is how I set my spine. So when I get set up over a chip, I'm trying to get my spine pretty neutral or straight up and down, maybe even try to tip it left. I know that's a feel, I'm not sure I actually get left, but so many people have heard, get your weight left. And then they walk in and they look like this. They shift their hips to move their weight. I would rather the hips move to the right and the head move to the left to have my weight more to the left. Because a fellow explained to me one day that you're likely to hit the ground in front of your neck. And so if I can keep my spine pretty level and keep my head in front of the ball, that's going to help me make contact with the ball in a downward blow. So when I hit a low shot, I stand pretty close to the ball. I like to have the shaft up a little bit so my wrist arcs this way. And then I take my backswing, I preset the D-loft. I let my left wrist bow. I almost call it cheating the face. So I let my club plane inside a little bit under the plane and a little hooded, and that D-lofts the club. Then when I turn through, I just let the club trap the ball and hit a little chip and run. The student that I see most often, if they have the ball back, they're accelerating their arms to get D-loft. And once again, that's moving the handle, what I think would be way too much to let the club head do the work. The pivot is something that people struggle with because when they've been the person that has accelerated the grip, you end up creating more angle than you at address. And what happens when you have this angle is now the club gets close to you. And so I know you've all seen the guy that you wonder, why does he always dip his knees when he hits his chips? Almost everybody that shows up broke has a knee dip. And their friends told them that they released too early. And I'm like, if you dipped your knees and you released too early, you'd be hitting the ground back here. So it's the fact that they pull the grip through, they can't reach the ground, they dip their knees, then they flip their hands. So not only am I trying to get my student to load the club and let it unhinge back to the ball, but at the same time I need them to feel tall and get some length in their legs. And so, you know, as you're teaching your student, I'm not sure which one I need them to work on harder. You know, I try one, try another, but it goes together. Is when they get taller, they have room to let the club lengthen out, and all of a sudden the distances get more consistent and they can make better contact.